Good evening. Welcome to What's New. Tonight we have two guests who are very ambitious. So if you want to introduce yourselves and start talking.
All right. My name is Angie Dalton.
Sandy Muzzy, Muzzy, but now we live in St. Genevieve. We're going to go by Muzzy.
Ooh, I like that.
French. You're turning into French people. Cool.
And I've lived here for 30 years, and I met Sandy one afternoon when we were both working at the art center, because we're members of the Art Guild. That's how we met. And I don't know, we just decided we wanted to sell more art, I guess.
And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Bring more art. Are we also going to talk about youth plein air? I thought about
Yes,
that
we
too.
will. Yep.
Okay.
And we bought a house here about 4 years ago, but we just sold our house in Minnesota, so we're officially residents of St. Genevieve now. We can't go back to Minnesota.
So welcome to St. John.
Yeah,
Yes, officially.
officially.
Officially, yeah.
Yeah. So,
My funny accent is I'm South African. That's why I've got to sound different.
how long ago was that? I'm interviewing her.
That's all right. We just talk like we're all sitting here talking. Yeah.
I came over as an exchange student in 1979, and I stayed with this family, a very nice family, and I actually married one of their kids.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So be careful when you're taking an exchange student. So anyhow, Roy Muzzy came out to South Africa to be with me, and we came back in 1986, and I've been in this country since 1986.
So you had to do all the citizenship.
When you become a citizen, just so you know, they give you 5 books and they say study them. I studied all those books. I know about the civics. I know about who was the president first, second, third, fourth. I know it all. And then they interview you. And when they got to ask me, the first question was, who is the first president? And I said, oh, well, that's George Washington. And then he said something about the amendments, and I said, "Oh, I wanted to ask you that." He said, "No, you've passed. You're a citizen. You've passed. Yeah, no, you understand." I said, "I studied those 5 books. Ask me the question."
I get the answer.
Answer the questions.
Yeah. Probably know more. That's what I figure is they know more,
than we do,
We
yeah.
do after how many years of
So I am big into history, and that is why I like St. Genevieve. There is so much history in this town.
There is, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, most people have never been to all the houses in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't for years and years, and one year I decided I was going to go. So I did do them. Yeah. But it took, I was probably middle-aged by then. That was a long time. Yeah.
after living here all that time. That's usually what happens is you don't go see what's in your own backyard. You want to go somewhere else. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you want to talk about your shop for a little
Shop, sure. I guess we've been hailed for now until next week, right, as the newest shop in St. Genevieve right now.
bit? Right now, yes.
It's called La Petite Fleur, and it's at 185 Market Street. I was going to say merchant.
No, market.
It's a little brick building, and it's named correctly because it is the tiny shop. And we refer to it as the tiny shop.
And that's what the word, French words mean?
Well, La Petite is a little,
little.
and then Fleur is really a flower, but
It sounded really nice.
yeah, La Petite Fleur.
And the size of the store is 8 foot by 12 foot.
And that's amazing, everything that you guys have in there. Oh my gosh. So amazing.
And you really, I know people think when they open the door they can see everything, but I tell them you've got to go look in the nooks and crannies because we have put things in every little corner and drawer. And so you have to come in and explore thoroughly the 8x12 spot.
So I brought along to show you some of the gorgeous stuff that I have created.
Well, that's
Do
wonderful.
you want to? Don't laugh now.
I won't laugh. I think all this stuff is neat. Especially you paint really nice rocks.
Well, I brought some rocks that I.
Oh my goodness.
I'm glad you brought
I love that one. I love that one. Charlie, can you zoom in on that?
Where is the camera? Oh, I see it.
And then we have a few more because I'm hooked on rocks.
Isn't that darling? How creative.
You need those out. Everybody needs them out on their porch for
Yeah,
Halloween.
they do. Lots of Halloween stuff. And there's some teeny tiny ones.
Yeah. So that's.
Oh, isn't that one cute too with the blue eye? The blue eye.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
Very
love him.
attractive, don't you think?
Oh, I love it.
But what a great idea. I mean, everybody knows those. They
Oh,
like
I
see
would
them.
think
Did you bring
so.
the eyeballs?
They were still in the store, so I didn't bring any, but I should have. But Angie does a lot of sewing, beautiful paper. Explain what you do, Angie.
I mostly, I mean, I call myself a mixed media artist. I do paper art. I make cards. I also make what's called vegan leather out of. I taught a class at the Art Center, and it's made out of paper bags, but it looks like leather. So I use it for junk journals or making notebooks and things like that. I do Franken fabric that kind of looks like the old crazy quilt that people, but it's a lot easier than when they did the crazy quilts and the hand quilting, but it's fun and make different shapes and things. And I have table runners down there. I've made some pillows and some hot pads or trivets or whatever you want to call it.
And we're moving into the fall colors now.
Yeah.
I saw how you decorated.
Doing
it.
what?
We're falling into the fall colors.
Yes.
Right.
So somebody mentioned when they were in Auvergne de Fête that we've got a lot of walkers in St. Genevieve, and they walk by, and we do have 2 cool windows to display. Mm-hmm. And so we're constantly changing those. So if you're a walker in town, keep your eyes open for the changing of the windows.
Instead of the changing of the guard. We have changing of the windows. in
Maybe it'll be
St.
the changing of the gourds or the changing of the rocks.
Do you paint gourds also?
I have painted everything. If it sits still long enough, I paint it. It's compulsive. But I did bring a painting along that I thought I would show you if we could zoom
Oh,
in.
sure.
because
He'll zoom in
it
on
kind
it.
of explains some of the stuff that I do.
Oh,
And I
how
don't know if you
cool.
can
Just
see
hold it up. He'll zoom in.
So,
Okay, Charlie, we got another one up in the air.
so what has happened every time I paint a picture, it's about who I am. It's not about anybody else. It's me. I'm important, you see.
Okay.
So over here, I used to paint flowers. I studied horticulture, and then later on, I started painting all those empty nests because all my kids had left home. And now all my maps are in my paintings because I'm traveling. And you'll see this is Missouri, and you'll see rocks on the paintings and feathers and all the things that I like. And these little round ones here, they would paint beautifully as eyes.
Oh, so you the eyeball lady.
For
Yeah.
sure. So
That is a really colorful picture.
I did
Yeah,
ask,
I know. Oh, that looks great.
it does.
Yeah.
That's a nice abstract.
and that's the guy there, that's meant to be James John James Audubon.
Audubon. I
Yeah.
recognize
You
him.
recognize him? Oh,
Yes,
good
I
deal.
did.
You get I shouldn't say you, I get a little enamored with the history of the town, and everything that I can see in that painting is things I've done in town. It's hard to talk when I can't see what I'm doing at the same time. But a lot of my smaller paintings are in the store, including the feathers and the rocks. And I am I'll start over again. In Minnesota, I became involved with the Watercolor Society, and I became the president of the Minnesota Watercolor Society. So I could write my opinion on a piece of paper and be printed, and I could be opinionated. Oh, good.
Great.
However, I'm starting all over here again, and just Angie gets to listen to me.
Well, I think that's a good thing to explain. You've been an artist all your
For
life.
many years.
Yeah.
When I was 9, and then when I was 11, I had rheumatic fever, which was a big deal back in the day. And you get, I think it came from a strep throat and whatever, but I was stuck in bed for months. And to keep me busy, my mom got paint to keep me busy.
Oh, my.
But there are none of these paintings on pieces of paper. My mom bought tiles, bathroom tiles, the white ones.
Yeah.
And then I would paint it. And she said, "Oh, that's lovely." And she'd wash it off. She says, "Now paint another one."
Oh, your time washed away.
So then none of my early artwork's still in existence. All been washed off.
Sort of like sidewalk painting, huh?
Yeah. But when I got to high school, like I said, I was from South Africa and I grew up on a farm, so there was no high school near me. I had to go to a boarding school. And you had to choose your subjects that went on for 5 years. And I spoke to the counselor that I'd like to be an artist. And she said, "Artists starve quickly." So I studied other stuff, not art. And I basically taught myself because I didn't want to starve. Because it's hard to make a living selling your artwork.
It is. It is.
However, I made most of my income teaching classes,
Oh, art classes.
art classes. So if somebody came up to me and said, "I really like that painting," I said, "I can teach you how." But I can't do that anymore because after the stroke, I stammer and I can't remember anybody's name anyhow. So.
That's okay. Name tag.
That's right. That's right.
By the way, the kids had a good time with you.
Well, that's
With the-
nice.
yeah.
I have their creations
Yeah,
at my house. Yeah.
I will.
Yes.
I will.
Some of them, I got the paper there so they can use the glue and make them stronger because some of them are kind of, and the balloons, both of those lost all their air. So,
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
so the next time they come back, they can put some more paper on them.
It's a long way. They live in Georgia.
Right.
The one little
Okay.
girl, Genevieve, that is the reason we chose this town, because I have a granddaughter called Genevieve, and we came to check it out.
Oh, my word.
And then we decided we liked it.
Well, that's a good thing.
But it's her birthday today, and she's all of 10 years old.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but to get back to the store, we haven't set ourselves definite hours, and we're trying to get a plan in place, and it will change.
right. So we've been posting when we're open on Facebook, and people seem to be responsive, and most weekends will be open. And Sandy and I both like to travel, so but that's kind of a reflection, I think, of how much we love St. Genevieve. Is that I mean, I think we've chosen here to live, even though we've traveled, and that's something we have in common. And we like the history. I feel like I'm living European the best that I can, even though I live in Missouri. in our, historic
French,
town. 'Cause it's old. It's old, those are one of the
is.
oldest towns, and you can reach everything mostly by walking, and so I hope that art will not only have art, but that the art will be. I am one of the new things that I just did with the Joseph P. Vorst exhibit that the Art Guild had this summer at the Art Center. I took Juanita Wyman's class and we did lithographs. You did that too.
Yes, that was fun.
Well, I did the church and I thought it turned out really good.
It did. It's very
And so I'm making cards. So that's going to be something that I'm going to have kind of that's new down there is the prints of the cards. And then I am going to try to feature other. Did you not have dinner?
good. My tummy's growling.
We have to take you to dinner after this. And also that maybe people that come to our town and would come to our shop and maybe find something that will remind them of the town. I don't want to call it a souvenir shop, but hopefully they'll find something there that might take them home and remind them
Right.
of St. Genevieve, whether it's something we've done in the shape of a fleur-de-lis or Sandy's done cool garden rocks in the shape of fleur-de-lis. We sold a lot of those
really?
at Jour de Fête. I think there's only one left, so
Did you pour the?
Yeah.
I love
I'm really good with concrete. I'm really good with concrete.
the concrete lady.
glazes you had on top. I mean, it took some work there.
I'm a little compulsive. If you haven't noticed it, I like to do this and to do that. So now it's a store and picking up rocks. And we go to the nutrition center for lunch. And Wes was there today, and he was talking about rocks to me. And my husband said, "Do you have a name for her?" He said, "Yeah, she's the crazy rock lady." I'm the crazy rock lady.
Is that how you're going to sign your rocks now?
Crazy rock lady. But there is a lot of stuff to involve. There's the museum, there's the people, and the nutrition center. I don't have to cook lunch.
Right, and their food is really
Their
good.
food is fine. It's good.
Very
and,
good.
It's relatively close to the cities if we need something. It's so St. Genevieve is very appealing on many levels. We've been living in Minnesota for many years, and Minnesota is the fourth flattest state in the country.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So to come here and you see these little hills and curves, it's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to. We were looking for a place to move to, and I called this hotel in Mountain somewhere in Arkansas. And
Mountain Home.
Mountain Home.
Mountain Home.
Okay. And we made a hotel reservation, and I said, "So, your name is Mountain?" He says, "Oh, ma'am, it's just dips and hollers." So I think we've got dips and hollers here. So I quite like that.
Yeah.
Well, aren't the Ozarks the oldest mountains on the earth? Geologists would know that. Did you study geology?
I don't really know that, if it is or not.
Geology, that's the study of rocks, isn't it? Do I have that right?
I've got the books. I'll lend them to you.
You can find out for yourself.
Well, Will, our friend that just moved to town as well, that's what his undergraduate was in, was geology. So I think that's what he told me was the Ozarks were the oldest
really?
mountains.
Oh, my, in the world?
I don't know about in the
Or in the
world, or maybe
US.
it's in the United States or something. But so they're just mountains that have worn down.
Okay, so to get back to my picture here, I'm not going to ask you to zoom or anything, but you see, that's the elephant rocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are.
And these are the fossils.
And you've got the arch behind
And the arch,
Audubon.
yeah.
over here behind Audubon.
And these are pecans, in case you can't tell.
Oh, I could tell.
Okay. I'm big
That's a
into
really cool picture.
It's got a little bit of everything.
What did you call? I know it's going to be hard to come up with, but what did you tell me that's called when you have a lot of, not a collage, but when you put a lot of pictures?
Trompe-l'oeil. It's a French word, and I can't say it very well.
Trompe-l'oeil?
Yeah.
And that means
My husband's
together.
great-great-grandfather's name was Lafayette. I knew that we were going to have French in our blood, so we did the DNA. Zilch. None. Yeah.
But yeah, it's exciting. We hope, to share our art and people come by and
And I think both of you have the great things for people to pick up, to take home. Not too large, not oversized paintings or whatever. They're nice
The
size.
fourth Friday, we got a good response to it. People came and liked it and told us stories, and it's a social thing too.
It is. Fourth Friday is really nice.
it is,
The attendance isn't what it used to be,
right?
but it's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it gets a lot of the locals out walking, and they're strolling around, and hopefully we'll get other people coming in.
Right. And I think other towns have picked up doing a Friday too. So
Oh.
that probably has bearing on how far they want to travel for the experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just for the record, the store next to us is the QRST. So if you want to have a cup of tea first and then see us, or the other way around, they're a very hospitable, lovely business.
And they're open
They
for
are.
lunch now.
Yes, and it's
high tea.
delicious,
It's
yes.
very good.
Yeah. And my art is in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Anita and Linda has a
Linda
piece. Yeah.
has some. Linda P. Smith and
Yeah.
Anita Alsop. And the food, you can buy the teas to take home to make on your
Oh,
own.
yes. And they had, Dorothy did have a couple tea mixing classes. I don't know if she's going to continue that, but that was fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And they're going to be dressing in period clothing,
right.
to serve and for their, especially for the high teas, I think, or special events. So,
And you can also do showers and weddings and get-togethers there too. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's a very nice place. As are all of our art shops, our art galleries in town. They're all so nice.
And I think that's what's neat is it seems like they're celebrating the art colony that,
Right. The
first
original
was
one.
established here.
When we came here that first time, the paintings were in the welcoming building, the blue building first.
Okay.
And I walked in and I knew Thomas Hart Benton had been here because I could see his style. And I got all excited because my retirement financial plan is this. I'm going to go to a garage sale locally and buy Thomas Hart Benton for $20.
Are you really? Good for you.
And then I'm going to take it to Sotheby's and sell it for $450,000, and then it'll be mine. Wouldn't that be nice?
That would be very nice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I haven't found it yet.
Somebody just had one and sold a bunch of Misselhorn. Now, I don't know if they were original or prints, but
Oh, I've got a bunch in my garage that a lady from Ozor brought in. I think Ozor brought in to see if they were real or copies. And she's never picked them up.
And were they originals?
I think they're prints, but I'm not sure. You have to take the glass off more so
yeah.
to tell. Anyway, they're still hanging out in my garage.
But it's neat to have those, and like we said, the history of the town,
Right.
and know
And
that
Misselhorn painted, or drew, he didn't paint. He was a pencil artist, and he did a lot of the buildings and a lot of things in town.
that's what somebody told me. The reason his aren't worth a lot is because he did so many. That's what somebody told me.
That's what's going to happen to me one day. I have so many. When I die, everybody's going to want all my paintings.
I have heard a solution for that.
Do you?
You build a raft and you put your paintings on the raft and you set it on fire and send it down the Mississippi.
That would work, probably. It would draw a lot of attention. Fire in the hole, fire in the hole.
Yeah,
I wish I could get that focus. I have to, like you said, like it has to be something about you. I have to feel something. I have to want to paint something. Do you find that?
Oh, yeah.
You have to be inspired by something to paint. For me, it does to create something. And
with me, it used to be the painting morning, noon, and night, and I couldn't stop. And then after the stroke, it's now rocks, morning, noon, and night.
Oh, I love your rock. All those intricate designs you do, they're so beautiful. Yeah.
Well, she also makes jewelry out of a lot of them.
Oh, yes. I wanted,
Yeah.
This I made, this is a rock from the Mississippi, and we've got them in the store. And I polished the edges with my machine. And this is a Native American symbol. I don't know what it is, but to me, it says what goes around comes around. So
That's very pretty.
Yes.
So what I have done with this one, it's relaxing. You take a hammer and you just beat it until it's flat.
Oh, okay.
And you feel much better after that.
So what kind of silver do you use? You buy tubing or you buy...
That's real silver. This one is silver, not a tubing.
Sterling.
Yeah, and it's maybe 1 millimeter. There's a measurements. It's like 16, 20, 22. I can't remember. But if you take a hammer and you pound it, it makes you feel much better.
Get all those frustrations out there on that. That is very pretty.
But that I did wear it to show you. Yeah.
That's very pretty. So how you have a machine that polishes?
Yep. But it's a long story, and I'm just saying too much personal stuff. But after I had the stroke, I couldn't get on the bicycle because I've lost my balance. So I traded in my bicycle and I bought the machine to polish the rocks.
Good deal. Yeah.
So it comes like an 80 grit, and by the time you finish, it's like wheels. And by the time you get to the 3000, you've got a perfect rock.
Oh, so it's all nice and shiny.
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
But it's
Did you ever get any that you thought were just gray, white rocks and they came out with the color
yeah.
like that?
yeah.
Wow.
I did one that looked pretty ordinary, and it was full of fossils. It came out just beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
So down by the river, you can get lots of rocks there, but also in Washington County by Potosi, they've got rocks you can pay $30 and you get a 5-gallon bucket, and you can put all the druzies in.
Oh my goodness.
Now on Friday, they are going to be doing on B Road to look for malachite and azurite.
Out on B Road here?
B Road.
B out here? Oh my gosh. In where at? What area?
You have to register online, and they're full now, but we're going to meet just by 55 where 32 crosses, and we're going to go from there, and apparently it's about 8 miles.
Oh my gosh.
Malachite, green stuff, it's going to be pretty.
Oh my word. Where
what are
did
you gonna
they
make with
advertise
that?
that on?
Well, that man who called me the crazy rock lady told me about it.
That's really cool, really.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. So you're going to make some necklaces with area.
There are videos on YouTube, and it's called, what is it called? Copper Valley Mine,
Copper Valley Mine.
Missouri. And I haven't, you have to see them to see if you can actually do anything with them. But they look like they're lots of greens and blues and stuff. And it's close. But
Copper Valley.
I wonder if it's where that the copper mine, that restaurant used to be. Is it out that? Because that's on B Road.
Yeah, and that could be about that far. Yeah. Is it pretty close to the wineries before you? Oh,
I've
you don't
never been there. I just got it written
Oh, I
down.
see.
So I don't know if I have been there. I just don't know it.
Okay, so
Well,
how
that's
soon
neat.
will we have some Malachi jewelry in the shop?
Saturday morning.
I hope so. That'd be great.
Fast.
Yeah.
The 61 garage sale
Is this weekend?
is this weekend
Yes, it
too.
is.
Is that where it's like 100 miles or something?
61 miles
61.
on Highway 61.
Right. And they had things out this evening already, or this afternoon already,
Wow.
covered up, but I'm sure they kind of got drenched because it was really
It
pouring.
was buckety.
And it looks like Bloomsdale, between Bloomsdale and St. John, there were those big pieces of trees, how the leaves come off in those big homes, all along the highway, and a couple fallen big limbs at the side of the road. And it looked like some heavy winds went through there for quite a while, probably a couple miles. Yeah. When I was coming back, and I thought, boy, it looks like it was really a bad storm went through here.
Well, I was
It started about 5 when I first got into town. It seems like when it came.
Well, it rained on me all the way from, I left 4:30. I left Oakville. And when I got to Imperial, it started really pouring.
Oh, you had to drive in there?
Drive all the way, yeah. Well, it was light, heavy and then light, and then heavy and then light. Yeah, but I don't mind driving in the rain. I just take my time, slow down.
I don't like driving anymore. I need a chauffeur. It's better. That's why I feed my husband well. I need a chauffeur.
At the nutrition center.
But to get back to our business, I'm sure we could find with lovely Christmas gifts. So come check us out. Yeah, yeah.
I bet you can. Yeah. You want simple little memos. My granddaughter would love those rocks.
The little
She would totally love those rocks. I might have to go get a few so she can have some at her new house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Roy has the cutting boards. So my goal is to have those cutting boards with some, some cheese markers, some fun cheese markers, and some, fun ceramic bowls for cheese. What a great hostess gift or a
That is.
Christmas gift, because, charcuterie boards are still, I think, and they've been the in thing for a while, but still, and what a fun little gift to give somebody.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all handmade,
Right. Does he make small ones or big?
small ones.
The small.
Yeah, smaller.
Yeah.
Because we've got we have more of everything right now, so I don't actually want to talk about it.
You have the material to make them.
With moves. Moves are fun.
This was a huge job to move. We got rid of stuff, and we got rid of more stuff, and then we still filled the U-Haul, and I have no way to put half that stuff. Why do we have all that stuff?
I know. None
don't
of
need
us
it.
need that stuff.
Shh, we're trying to sell stuff.
But underwear and socks.
I know. What is it about us? But
Yeah. Well, those
Creatures.
things are kind of like little mementos.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I hope people, it is a tiny shop, so it has mostly
things.
tiny things. Yeah, the jewelry, the rocks, the
Well, the jewelry.
cards.
Yeah, and the jewelry and your cards, those church cards. I think those will
I'm
go
doing
really
some sewing
well.
around them, and I make string hearts too because I'm a big upcycler. I think that's another thing Sandy and I have in common. We're pretty frugal people, and we like to use what we have. And so even Iris has brought me little balls of string and said, "Here, Angie, I know you'll make something with this." And
And I have another pile laying on my machine right
do
now.
you? Oh, good. But I think it's really cool to make those hearts out of nothing, really. And I always feel like you can kind of spread a little love with a heart, you
Yeah.
know, give it to a friend.
And they're good for a
package.
bookmark, or they're good for just laying around,
Yeah.
hanging them on.
Mirror hangers in your car, or even a coaster. Some of them are big enough. You could
Right.
buy enough to have coasters. And you're contributing by not putting it in a landfill, you know,
Right.
scraps of fabric or whatever.
Stealing from the
paper.
birds so they can't make their nest. They like
Put them out for the birds.
Yeah.
I have a heart in there, but yeah, package treat. People buy them just to put in a little card. little
Exactly,
gift.
yeah. They're very cute.
So how about
And
lots
at
of
Christmas, you could do stockings and stars and all that out of your
those? You could
thread.
use them as ornaments on a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, you're so creative, so I'm sure you'll come up with something. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We should talk about youth plein air too.
Yes. We are having youth plein air again this year. We'd like more students to participate. The ages are from 4 all the way up to 18, which is high school. And we have 3 categories: 4 to 8, 9 to 13, and 14 to 18. So we give really nice prizes. We have a best of show that you get $50. And then the first place is $30 and a nice ribbon with a nice medal on it that's like they get in high school for track and all that. They're good, heavy. And then the second place is $20 and also a ribbon with the medal on it. It says second place. And also for third place, and that's $10. So you have a really good chance of placing. You have 4 times really for your drawings, and you don't have to be a professional. Some of the kids that won were first-time painters, and they're just make cute little pictures. And we have artists that judge the paintings and pick which one is first, second, and third. So it's all a fair, fun thing. And
We've been doing this for 20 years.
since 2007 was the first one.
Getting close then. So, yeah, 17 years then.
Yeah.
And
Everything's furnished.
yes, all the supplies are furnished. We even have little pads for them to sit in the grass. We hold it down at the Jerdefet Fields around the Moses Austin house.
There's so much to paint there. There's houses and trees and
The creek,
The creek.
rocks.
rocks.
We have had them do the wall of rocks down there along the
And
creek.
one of the little girls even did the faucet outside the house one year.
Uh-huh.
And it was really cute. She won first
We
or
always
second
tell them
place.
that it doesn't, as long as you focus on one thing, if you see one flower and you want to do one flower, it just has to be something that's out there that you can see. And we've had our participation too has gone up and down over the years, but if you can get your children or grandchildren out, it's a great free fun activity. You can sit there with them or not if you
What
sign.
date is it?
It's September 11th
On a Wednesday.
on a Wednesday from 3 to 5, and then on Saturday, September 14th from 10 to 12.
9 to 12.
9 to 12? Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's what I put on that thing, so I guess we got
Okay.
to do it.
we give them 2 hours on one and on 3 hours on the other. You have a time limit now.
But they never take the whole time.
Oh, no.
There's probably 2 kids that I can remember that have taken the whole time.
Yeah.
Most of them are paint, and we're finished. Yeah.
Yeah. They get done pretty quick.
They do.
You don't even have to now. We used to do a registration form ahead of time. Now you can just show up, and your parents, we need your phone number, and your parents need to sign if you're going to stay there with us without a parent. But other than that, we just need a way to get in touch with you so you know when, if you win. But we can already tell you when the awards are going to be presented.
Right. It's on the 29th of September. It's a Sunday, and I put 1:00 on the paper. Is that what we decided on?
And it'll be at the Arts Center.
Yeah, at the Art Center.
And now it's pretty much the guild that sponsors it. It
Yes,
used to be,
the
we used to have
St. John Art
several.
Guild, yeah.
Right. St. Genevieve Art Guild sponsors it. And we do have some private donors that
But not very many anymore. The Art Guild's pretty much
takes care of
taken over. Yeah.
That's awesome. So we hope that you'll come and join us for that, because that's we'd like it to keep going, and we're afraid if it dwindles out,
Too much, then
much,
it'll
yeah.
be dropped.
it'll
Yeah.
be dropped. So
And it's good, even if your child hasn't painted, they can come and learn how. We can have, there's probably going to be 4 of us there most of the time. And that way you can have like individual help. They can say, okay, this is how you do it. Do a demonstration for you or whatever. And it would be really nice if the teachers in school would take their kids outside, their art classes outside, and let them feel how it is to paint outside. Because your watercolor, if you do it, it dries faster, which is really nice because after the 2 hours, most of it's all dry enough to stack up, which is nice. Doesn't take that long.
yeah,
So
they
that's about it.
and you can use not just watercolor. You can do a pencil drawing. You can do pastels, and we have
Pencil.
yeah, like I can't think, like a flare or a permanent marker. You can
Permanent,
use that. Do pencil and do pen over it. I guess we did away with charcoal because I got a little.
Yes,
messy.
I think one of the little girls, her grandmother picked her up, and she was always covered from head to toe with charcoal.
Charcoal.
So we decided let's not do charcoal anymore. Yeah. But they get to experience real art items. I mean, it's not the kid stuff.
What has interested me with having kids as well as adults painting, kids aren't afraid. They tend to be done in no time at all and maybe go into something else. But as an adult, you've got more inhibitions and you're afraid you're going to mess up and you go slower and slower, whereas the kids jump in.
Right.
And I like that.
And I think about the 6th grade, it kind of changes a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we would like for all the ages to come, because you're not around anybody that's going to say, oh, that painting's not good.
Yeah. Only gonna
Nobody,
be
there's no
encouraged.
judgment, whatever, all encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what level you're painting, and you could win, no matter what level you're at, it could be a winner, depending on who the judges are for that year. So that would be really nice if everybody would show up the 11th, 3 to 5, and Saturday from 9 to 12.
The 14th.
Oh, the 14th, right. And it should be in the newspaper. We're going to contact the schools. Homeschoolers are very welcome. Even if you're not in school,
Because we start at age 4. So
yes, age 4. If your parents want to bring you, grandparents, the preschool, if you go to preschool and that age group, come on and come. Even the handicapped kids, if the parents want to bring them, that's great. Because some of
all
those
ages,
yeah,
all abilities.
right. So,
Yeah.
yep.
That'd be fun.
Hopefully we'll get a crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then bring them by our shop. No.
You might find something you just
yes,
can't
I'm
live
sure you will
without.
find something.
You want a face. Face painting. You're going to have to teach a face painting class now to the kids.
Yeah. You got to find the right rock, though. You know, that's why when I go for a walk, I don't look at the sky. I'm just looking for rocks.
And the face painting that was this past weekend was so cute.
Oh,
They had the cutest designs. Who does that? I don't even know who
at
the
the,
face painter is. But
well, there's several in town, I think.
oh, is there?
But I don't, was it at one of the events there was a
I
face
think
painter?
so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Anyway, the kids were walking around with designs on their face.
Oh,
Yeah. So okay. So you want to run through what your shop has and the times that you're open? All of that.
we are really trying to do at least Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday for now.
And
And,
Monday's nice because people want something to do when they stay all night Sunday night.
yeah, yeah. So definitely 12 to 3. We're looking to expand. We're working on a grand opening for the Fourth Friday Art Walk in September. And right now, that's escaped me about what that date is, but
27th, I think. Is it?
26 or 27, I don't know.
Yeah, 26th. Whatever. It's fourth Friday.
Yeah. And there's always lots of advertising out for the Fourth Friday. And I didn't even bring my phone. And we have everything from painted rocks and jewelry to wall hangings and table runners and pillows and cards and a little bit of everything, really.
And we'll be happy to see you.
Yes, we just enjoy talking and getting to know you too. I'm going to look real quick.
Okay, and you can go on Facebook, St. John for their shop. And then on for the Art Guild activities, go to St. John Art Guild. There's a flyer on there with the classes that are coming up. And also you can register for those classes at the Art Center. Or you can print one off of the internet and mail it to the Art Center. Then I guess
I'm
it's,
not lucky with the post office. It seems to take longer, so don't mail it. Drop it off in the box.
yeah, oh, that's true. Mail does take a long time now. Yes, we have a mailbox outside of our door facing the Catholic Church, and you can drop it in there. It's locked. Nobody's going to get in there. So you feel welcome to drop your check and your application in there. Or you can bring it inside on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday from 11 to 3. And anyway, we hope you show up for the shops and for the plein air and for everything we have pertaining to
Enjoy
art.
art. Just get involved and make art or just enjoy it. You know, I think.
Right. And the classes that the Art Center has mostly are going to be for adults in the wintertime. So just come in and sign up for them. Even if you have no skill or think you can't do whatever it is, it's fun being with a group and it's fun trying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Bye.
so thank you, Angie, and thank you, Sandy, for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Very much fun.
Yeah, it always is. Thanks,
Yeah.
Iris, for doing
You're
this.
Okay, so let's tell everybody good night. Good night.